deep breath in and exhale slowly, like you're letting go of the last worry of the day. Let your body sink in a little deeper into whatever you're resting on. The world is now quiet. And you're safe. You're home. Tonight, we're not going anywhere stressful. We're stepping into memory, into sweetness, into a simpler time when life moved a little slower and love was written in cursive. Picture it. A warm summer breeze drifting through a screened-in window. A radio playing softly in the background. Elvis singing. The Supremes harmonizing. Or the Beach Boys dreaming of waves. You're lying on your bed in your childhood room, listening to the hum of the fan as it turns side to side. You're not thinking about work. You're not thinking about deadlines. You're just thinking about the taste of cold lemonade on a hot day and the sound of crickets at night. Let your breath slow down. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Just like the rhythm of an old love song on vinyl. Soft, steady, and comforting. Imagine you're holding a paper fan, or maybe a popsicle. Maybe you're barefoot, your toes sinking into a shaggy rug, or walking across warm linoleum kitchen floors. The air smells like sugar cookies and something vaguely floral, like your grandma's perfume or your mom's hairspray. The world outside, it's still turning, but here inside, this story, it's timeless. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed to remember a version of life that was quieter, slower, and full of soft little joys, like nipping green beans on the porch or watching TV with aluminum foil on the antenna. And just when you think it can't get sweeter, Jessy the Glitter Cat appears in a polka dot dress with a bow on her tail and saddle shoes on her paws. She's got a root beer float in one paw and a record in the other. She gives you a wink and sets the record on the turntable. The needle drops. The room fills with gentle music. And just like that, it's time to begin. You wake up to the smell of breakfast cooking, not from a timer or a microwave, but from the real sounds of a kitchen in motion. The soft sizzle of bacon, the creak of a cupboard, the gentle clink of glass bottles. You stretch beneath a floral quilt and step out of bed into a pair of fuzzy pink slippers. Your house shoes, the ones that stay under the bed and somehow still smell like baby powder and sunshine. You walk down the hallway, your nightgown swishing gently as you pass family photos in wooden frames. Everyone smiling, like they knew life was meant to be held softly. In the kitchen, the light is golden, and the radio is humming a soft tune. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. There's a small wooden table covered with a checkered tablecloth. On it sits a stack of pancakes, a bowl of fresh strawberries, a glass pitcher of milk, the kind with the cream at the top, a box of Cheerios with a toy inside. You're already planning how you'll dig it for later. You sit in your usual spot, your name carved underneath in faint pencil marks from years ago. The chair wobbles slightly, but it always has. You hear the familiar click of rotary phone turning in the other room. There's laughter. Someone's calling potluck later. Whether you're bringing deviled eggs or Jell-O salad. You don't answer. You just butter your pancake and press your fork into the soft stack. Everything slows down. The kitchen is filled with the scent of vanilla, cinnamon, and just a hint of hairspray from your mom's morning routine. A tea towel hangs from the oven handle. The fridge is covered in magnets and paper notes. The floor is a little sticky in one corner, but that's life. Jessy the Glitter Cat hops onto the counter in a tiny gingham apron and cat eye glasses. She's whisking something into a bowl, humming along to the radio. You don't need to rush today, she says sweetly. You've got all the time in the world. You nod, syrup dripping down your fork. She's right. The world can wait. The laundry can wait. Even growing up can wait. Right now, you're exactly where you need to be. Safe, loved, home. The sun is just beginning to sink behind the treetops that evening, casting golden light across the neighborhood like warm honey poured from the sky. The air is thick with the scent of cut grass and the distant waft of something grilling 2 doors down. Crickets begin their nightly song, and fireflies start to flicker in the hedges, glowing like tiny stars that forgot how to fly. You're barefoot on the sidewalk, the concrete still holding the last of the day's heat. Your rolled up jeans brush your ankles as you hop from foot to foot, that quiet pre-game energy buzzing in your chest. The whole neighborhood is out tonight. Feels like the entire world has agreed to pause and let the kids be in charge for a while. Someone pulls an old tin can from their dad's workbench. It's dented and rusted around the bottom, but that's what makes it perfect. It clanks satisfyingly as it hits the pavement in the center of the street. Everyone hushes. The kid who's it places 1 foot on the can and begins counting down loudly, slowly. 10, 9, 8. You dart behind the maple tree in your front yard. Your best friend crouches beside the hedges near old Mrs. Delaney's porch. Someone else's belly crawls behind the mailbox. The sun glows like an orange lantern in the sky. and the shadows grow long and playful across the pavement. 3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here I come. A burst of movement. Feet whisper across grass. A screen door slams shut in the distance. The seeker scans the yard, creeping slowly. Your heart races. Your breath catches. You feel like you're in the final moments of a spy movie. Then suddenly, clank. Someone sprints out of hiding and kicks the can. It soars through the air in slow motion, landing with a dramatic, metallic rattle as it rolls away towards the curb. A collective cheer erupts. Half the kids scream with laughter. The others groan dramatically. The can has been kicked. The prisoners are free, and a new round begins. The game stretches long into twilight. Your legs grow tired, but the spirit never does. The night is filled with giggles, shouted names, and the satisfying thud of running feet. Porch lights flicker on, one by one, and fireflies gather in bigger numbers, blinking like they're cheering you on. Eventually, someone's mom calls them home with a familiar whistle. Then another. The group begins to shrink, and finally, it's just you and your closest friends, sitting in the grass, staring up at the sky. The stars are coming out now, one by one, quiet and shy, just like you were when the game began. You stretch out on the lawn, the grass cool beneath your back, the night still buzzing with magic. You feel safe, sleepy, and full in a way that has nothing to do with food full of summer, of joy, of something pure and simple that grown-ups always seem to forget. But it's Saturday night. The sun is setting, painting the sky in a soft peach and lavender, like the colors on the front of your favorite comic book. You pile into the back seat of your family car, a big boat-like beast with leather seats that stick to your legs and windows that roll down with a crank. Your mom packed a cooler with grape soda, licorice, and popcorn, and a giant Tupperware bowl that smells like last week's spaghetti. There are blankets in the trunk, a giant bag of pretzels, and enough paper napkins to survive a national disaster. The drive-in is already buzzing. Cars are parked in neat rows. Some families are sitting on lawn chairs. Some kids are in their pajamas, dancing barefoot in the gravel before the previews start. The snack bar glows in the distance, all neon pinks and reds, with a little bell that rings every time someone orders a milkshake. You open the window. The air is warm and sweet. Crickets chirp. The projector flickers to life. You climb into the way back of the car and build your own little fort pillow back there. Blankets, a flashlight, a soda tucked safely in the cup holder. You're ready. The cartoon short comes on first. Then the feature begins, something full of adventure and swinging music where the good guy always wins and the girl has perfect hair. The radio crackles softly with the movie audio. And every once in a while your dad adjusts the dial just a little, like it's a science. You eat popcorn until your fingers are salty. You sip soda until the ice clinks softly. You rest your head on a pillow and look up. The stars are everywhere, unbothered, unrushed, just sparkling because they can. Jessy the Glitter Cat is curled beside you in a pink bomber jacket and retro sunglasses, licking ice cream from a tiny dish. You know, she whispers, drive-ins are just streams with headlights. You smile and tuck your blanket up under your chin. She's right. Because here, in the back of a car under the stars, the world feels simple again. Big screen, small worries, and all the time in the world to fall asleep in your glow. It's late. The drive-in has ended. The stars have gone quiet. Now you're back home, hair slightly tangled, pajamas slightly wrinkled, and heart completely full. You pad barefoot into the living room. The carpet is soft beneath your feet, the kind that holds stories and secrets in its fibers. The lights are low. Just one table lamp glows in the corner, with a scalped shade and a tiny chain you pull to click it on and off. The fan in the window hums a lazy rhythm. Not loud, just enough. The television is on. A small boxy black and white screen playing a rerun of I Love Lucy or The Andy Griffith Show. The volume is turned down low. You don't need to hear every word. You've seen this one before. You already know how it ends. The couch is floral, a little scratchy, and still warm from someone else sitting there just a few minutes ago. You crawl up onto it like it's a safe ship floating through the quiet sea of your living room. On the coffee table sits a bowl of red Jell-O, a deck of cards, and a partially finished crossword puzzle your grandpa started but never finished. You reach for your favorite board game box, the cardboard flap barely holding on with one strip of scotch tape. You open it slowly just to look inside, just to remember what it feels like to play. You don't play tonight, you just hold it. You lean back on the couch and rest your head on a throw pillow that smells like home, a mix of fabric softener, lemon pledge, and a hint of your mom's perfume. Jessy the Glitter Cat is curled up on the armrest, wearing a fuzzy robe and pink foam rollers in her fur. She's watching the TV with heavy eyelids, purring in the rhythm with the fan. Don't worry, she murmurs, without looking away. You're not missing anything. It's all happening right here. You nod, because this isn't about excitement. It's about comfort. It's about feeling safe enough to not do anything. The show plays on. You feel sleep start to pull at your edges. And the world, in this one perfect moment, is soft, slow, and entirely yours. The next day, it's mid-afternoon, and the sun is glowing like it knows it's not in a rush. The kind of sun that makes everything feel amber and slow, like honey pouring from a jar. You're sitting on the front porch, tucked into a creaky old chair that's been painted too many times and still wobbles just a little. The cushions are floral, faded, and familiar. You pull your knees up under and sip a glass of lemonade so cold it fogs up the cup. A paper fan flutters gently in your other hand, moving the air just enough to feel like a breeze. The porch swing creaks with every soft sway. A dog barks two doors down. A neighbor waves from across the street as they water their flower beds. There's a radio nearby playing low and warm. Maybe it's Patsy Cline. Maybe Sam Cooke. Someone's clipping coupons from the Sunday paper. Someone else is asleep behind the screen door, a fan blowing on their ankles. You don't say much. No one does. It's that kind of Sunday, where everything that matters fits on this front porch, where silence is a gift, not something to fill, where just existing in the sunlight feels like enough. You watch the world through the little mesh of the screen door, cars passing slowly, children riding bikes with playing cards in the spokes, someone selling tomatoes out of the back of a pickup truck. Jessy the Glitter Cat is lounging in a wicker rocker chair beside you, wearing oversized sunglasses and a sun hat with a ribbon that keeps blowing in her face. She's reading a magazine with a popsicle slowly melting beside her. Nothing to fix today, she says lazily, turning a page. Nothing to chase, just this. And she's right. You don't need a plan. You don't need a breakthrough. You just need this quiet, this soft, porch swing stillness that makes your heart breathe deeper. You take another sip of lemonade. The ice clinks softly, and everything just for a moment feels timeless. Next, you go to your grandma's house. You step through the front door, and immediately, you're wrapped in warmth. Not just temperature warmth, but soul warmth. The kind that smells like vanilla extract, rose lotion, and freshly folded laundry. The door closes behind you with a soft clink, and everything about this house feels like softer and slower and sweeter. The living room is filled with knickknacks and dollies. Porcelain figurines line the shelves. Plastic covers crinkle slightly as you sink into the floral couch. The TV is on, but muted, playing old game shows or afternoon soap operas where everyone has big hair and even bigger secrets. You walk into the kitchen, where it smells like cookies, even if none are baking. There's always a tin of them on the table, the kind that might actually have sewing supplies inside. You open it slowly. Yes, buttons. You smile. There's always a plate of real cookies waiting next to a pitcher of sweet tea, and a little dish of butterscotch candies, because there always is. You sit at the table and run your fingers along the lace tablecloth. It has one snag from when you were little. You remember it. Grandma enters wearing her house dress, slippers, and a soft smile that makes everything feel okay. She hums a hymn while holding a towel. She asks you if you've eaten. You say yes. She makes you a sandwich anyway. You hear the ticking of a wall clock. You hear birds outside. You hear love in the quiet, and the clatter, and the way she wraps a slice of banana bread for you to take home later. Jessy the Glitter Cat is curled up in a sunspot near the window, wearing a little embroidered apron and sipping a tea from a cup far too dainty for her little paws. She made me a saucer of cream, Jessy whispers. I didn't even ask Grandma. She just knows. You nod. Because here in this house filled with keepsakes, kindness, and unconditional love, you feel small, safe, and sacred. And somehow that little voice inside you that always says you're too much is silenced for once. Here, you're never too much. You're just right. Next, it's time for the roller rink. You walk into the roller rink, and the world immediately changes. The lights are dim, but glowing. Neon pinks, purples, and electric blues flicker across the polished floor like magic. The disco ball spins slowly above your head, casting sparkles on everyone like confetti made of stars. You lace up your skates. They're tan, rentals with orange wheels and slightly frayed laces. But you don't care, because once you stand up, wobble a little, and roll forward, you're free. The music is loud. It's some doo-wop banger mixed with 60s soul, something you didn't even know you loved until this very moment. And somehow your body knows the rhythm. You coast onto the rink, knees slightly bent, arms out like airplane wings. It's smooth, it's glowing, it's freedom with wheels. People are skating around you in low, slow, dreamy circles. A couple holding hands, spinning in slow motion. A group of girls laughing and linking arms. One kid doing figure eights like he's training for the Olympics. You glide through the breeze of it all, hair flying, heart racing, your cheeks hurt from smiling. At the far end of the rink, there's a glowing snack bar. You coast over to it and grab a red slushie and a pretzel so salty it could power a small city. Then you see him. Your crush. Standing near the jukebox, sipping soda, leaning coolly against the wall in a collared shirt and rolled sleeves. Does he look at you? Maybe. Maybe not. But in this moment, you feel seen anyway. You take one big bite of your pretzel, roll past in a swirl of glitter, and leave behind a trail of sparkle and confidence. Jessy the Glitter Cat skates in, a pink visor and glittery go-go boots, holding 2 cones of cotton candy like victory torches. She winks. No one's skating like you, baby, she purrs. And you believe her. Because tonight, in this glowing galaxy of lights and love songs, you're the main character on wheels. You don't fall, you don't fade, you fly. After the rink, it's time to go over to your cousin's for a sleepover. You arrive at your cousin's house just before dark, wearing your favorite pajamas and holding a pillow that's slightly too big for your overnight bag. The second you walk in, it's chaos in the best way. The living room smells like popcorn and nail polish. The radio is on, soft and fuzzy, playing that dreamy, swoony kind of music that makes you feel like something magical is about to happen. Your cousin is already in her robe, painting her toenails bubblegum pink. She's got snacks lined up on the coffee table like a buffet. Cheese curls, root beer in glass bottles, red licorice twisted in a bow, and a big bowl of homemade Chex Mix that might actually be half candy. You dump your stuff on the floor and immediately join in on the chaos. There are giggles about boys, about teachers, about which movie star you'd marry, if you could. Someone dares someone else to prank call the neighbor. Someone else gets caught sneaking a second soda. At some point you both sing along dramatically to a song you've only half memorized. But it doesn't matter. Your voices blend into the night. Later, the lights go out, and you both crawl into a makeshift bed on the floor made of couch cushions and sleeping bags. There is a flashlight between you. You whisper everything you're too scared to say in the daylight. What if you never fall in love? What if you're not as pretty as the girls at school? What if your dreams are too big? Your cousin takes your hand and says, "You're already enough. You always were." And you believe her. Because in that moment, under the glow of the flashlight and the whisper of the fan, you are soft, seen, and completely safe. Jessy the Glitter Cat peeks in through the doorway, wearing curlers and holding a tray of cookies. "You forgot your midnight snack," she says, tucking the blanket tighter around your shoulders. Then she blows out the candle and tiptoes away. You close your eyes. The night holds you gently, and everything, every feeling, every dream, every question melts into the quiet glow of being young, full of love, and completely at peace. You're safe to rest now. You're back in your childhood bed. The blankets are tucked gently around your arms. The pillow is cool and familiar beneath your cheek. The air smells like warm laundry, faded lavender, and the softest kind of quiet. The world outside your window is dark now, not scary dark, but comforting dark, the kind that holds you instead of hiding you. You hear the distant hum of a box fan, the occasional creak of the house settling, the softest buzz of a passing car far, far away. But in here, everything is still. You're wrapped in the hush of bedtime stories, front porch memories, of lemon bars and lace curtains, of Sundays that smelled like biscuits, and Saturdays that smelled like the roller rink. You've carried these pieces with you, even the ones you forgot about. The slowness, the sweetness, the safety. And tonight they're all coming back. Just to remind you of who you really are underneath it all. Not the hustle, not the heartbreak, not the noise of everything you should be. Just you, soft, sacred, and enough. Jessy the Glitter Cat curls up at your feet, now in a vintage sleep mask and a silky robe, her purr a soft metron from your breath. She whispers, "You don't have to remember it all. You don't have to be anything right now. You've done enough. You are enough. Rest, sugar, I've got you." You let out a breath, deeper than the last, slower, full of release. You are held. You are loved. You are home. The past tucks itself in beside you. The stars blink softly outside, and you drift into sleep, carrying with you every gentle, glowing moment of the girl you used to be. So good night, sweetheart. You can rest now.